Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. A state of emergency has been declared for New York. Now, these are the regions on high alert: the Bronx, Kings, Nassau, New York, Queens, Richmond, Suffolk, and Westchester counties. Now, coastal flood warning issued for Long Island, New York City, and southern Westchester County beginning 12 p.m. Sunday through 8 p.m. Monday. Once again, this is a very important breaking news. I've been posting these state of emergency over at Grand Supreme News, but I want to share it here too on this channel. Once again, the governor of New Jersey whereabouts is unknown. So no one knows where the New Jersey governor is at. So you have the acting governor, I forget her name, Tesha, I think that's her name. She has declared state of emergency for New Jersey. So we don't know where the governor is at. All right. We don't know where Governor Phil Murphy is at. He might be sick. He might be, I don't know. But according to the New York Post, Governor Phil Murphy, he does take a lot of vacation, go to Italy and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying he's on vacation. All I'm saying is, where's the gov? There was no announcement. It's just a mystery. We don't know where the governor is at. So you have the, again, you have Tesha. I think that's the name. She basically declared state of emergency. And now New York governor is declaring emergency. So meteorologists are sounding the alarm. This storm is going to be brutal. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support is what keeps us on air. Thank you so much, guys. We are praying for the people up there in New York and also New Jersey. So once again, Monday, moderate to major coastal flooding possible along south shore of Long Island and Jamaica Bay. Now, the high wind warning in effect for eastern Suffolk County beginning 12 p.m. Sunday through 6 p.m. Monday. Wind advisory in effect for rest of Long Island, New York City, and southern Westchester County. MTA to implement ban on empty tractor trailers and tandem trucks on its 7 bridges beginning 3 p.m. Sunday. Now you have 1.5 up to 3 inches of rainfall expected downstate. Utilities add more than 1,600 workers in Mid-Hudson, New York City, and Long Island region. 7,100 workers now available statewide. This goes to tell you that this storm is going to be nasty. So New Jersey are also urging residents to stock up. Get your emergency stuff. Make sure you have candles, because there's a possibility ugly power outages could happen. Now, is there a possibility the governor was told to leave because of the storm? We don't know. There's nothing. There's no information about Governor Phil Murphy. So, again, it's just very concerning because this is a very important time that the people of New Jersey are in need of assistance and help. Now, the video that I posted, some people didn't like what I said about, again, about the governor, but the people deserve to know where's the governor. That's all. Again, that's all I'm saying. Governor Kathy today declared a state of emergency for 8 counties across southern New York after urging New Yorkers to continue to prepare. A strong storm is set to impact much of New York beginning Sunday afternoon. The state of emergency includes the Bronx, Kings, Nassau, New York, Queens, Richmond, Suffolk, and Westchester counties, as well as counties contiguous to those 8. New York State has been working in close coordination with all county and city partners on storm preparations, including the city of New York. Now, the storm has strengthened as it has moved up the mid Atlantic coast towards southern New England and is expected to cause widespread moderate to major coastal flooding throughout downstate New York, along with bringing strong winds and long duration rain to the region. In response, utilities have added more than 1,600 workers throughout the Mid Hudson, New York City, and Long Island regions to support storm response team. For some reason, it seems like this is like all the same thing here. Hold on, as the northeastern, so this is the new one. As the northeaster continues making its way through New York. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. I truly apologize. Give me a second here. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened here. I lost track. I truly apologize. It does happen, but I don't know. It seems like the article, again, it wasn't me that did that. It was the article. Utility preparation have included bringing, we already know that. The utility, we already know that. The threat coastal flooding has increased as the storm has moved up. The Coastal and National Weather Service has coastal flooding warnings in place for Long Island. So we already know that. Actually, no, hold on. Service now has coastal flood warnings in place for Long Island, New York City, and southern Westchester County beginning 12 p.m. Sunday through 8 p.m. Monday. Forecast are calling for widespread moderate to major coastal flooding for the South Shore bays of Nassau and southwestern Suffolk counties during times of high tide until Monday. Now, widespread minor to moderate coastal flooding remains a threat for the remainder of the coastline, with a widespread possibility of dune erosion and localized overwashes along the Atlantic Ocean beaches. Now, strong winds are also expected to be a major hazard throughout the duration of the storm. The National Weather Service has issued a high wind warning for much of Suffolk County beginning at 12 p.m. Sunday through 6 p.m. Monday, with a wind advisory in place for the rest of Long Island, New York City, and southern Westchester County. During this period, wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour are possible and could result in downed trees and possible power outages, man, due to the forecasted high wind conditions. MTA bridges and tunnels will implement a ban on empty tractor trailers and tandem, piggyback, dual, triple, etc. trucks on its 7 bridges beginning 3 p.m. Sunday. Based on the current forecast and the overall timing of this weather event, it is anticipated this ban will be placed until Monday 6 p.m. So New York is really getting ready. They're not playing with this one here. Now, the crazy part is that this storm doesn't have a name. Meteorologists are saying you got to give this storm a name. So the next name, I think, is Lorenzo. That is the name. Well, the next name. Forecasters are also calling for long duration rainfall as part of this storm, the most intense of which will be forecast downstate, where between 1.5 and 3 inches of rainfall is expected in the lower Mid-Hudson, New York City, and Long Island regions, and minor flooding resulting from poor drainage is possible. Now, the northern Mid-Hudson and southern capital regions are forecast to receive between 1 inch and 1.5 inches of rain, while the rest of the states should see 1 inch or less. Now, the rainfall has the potential to cause flooding in urban areas with poor drainage throughout Sunday and into Monday. Now, once again, New Yorkers are encouraged to monitor their local forecast weather watches, and warnings. It is critical to ensure that Gov emergency alerts are enabled on their mobile phones. Once again, so turn on your notifications. Turn on your notifications. Now, New Yorkers can also sign up when it comes to these weather and stuff like that. They do have like the National Hurricane Center or NOAA. You could download those apps. It's absolutely free. I truly apologize about my dog in the background. Now, again, there's some stray cats out there, and again, my dogs, again, you guys know dogs are always barking when it comes to those cats. Alright, so safety tips, power outages. Check with your utility to determine area repair schedules. If you lose power, turn off or unplug lights and appliances to prevent a circuit overload when service is restored. Leave one light on to indicate when power has been restored. If heat goes out during a winter storm, keep warm by closing off rooms you do not need. Once again, here are the numbers to report an electric outage. Flood safety. Give me a second here. Learn the safest route from your home or business to high, safe ground should you have to leave in a hurry. Man. Develop and practice a family escape plan and identify a meeting place if family members become separated. Make an itemized list of all valuables, including furnishings, clothing, and other personal property. Keep the list in a safe place and consider maintaining photo and video documentation. Stockpile emergency supplies of canned food, medicine, and first aid supply and drinking water. Store drinking water in clean, closed containers. Plan what to do with your pets. Have a portable radio, flashlight, extra batteries, and emergency cooking equipment available. Now keep your automobile fueled. If electric power is cut off, gasoline station may not be able to pump fuel for several days. That could happen. So yesterday I did talk about state of emergency for New Jersey, and I mentioned that it's very important to fill up your tanks now, because when power outages hit, those pumps are not going to work, and you need to have cash in hand just in case, again, lights go down, that debit card machine is not going to work. ATM will be out. Find out how many feet your property is above and below possible flood levels. When predicted floods levels are broadcast, you can determine if you may be flooded. Keep materials like sandbags, plywood, plastic sheeting, and lumber handy for emergency waterproofing. Check on your insurance coverage. Homeowners insurance policy generally do not cover flood damages, and that's one of my biggest mistakes there. Again, I do have flood damage, but I remember when I purchased my first home, I rented a U-Haul, right? And I used my own insurance, and they said, you could with an extra $50, you could pay, you get extra insurance protection. And so I'm like, no, it's all right, because I got my own insurance. And it was raining. And I was doing all the moving during, it seems like it was a tropical storm. And I parked the U-Haul in my driveway in my new home. And then when I opened up the back door the next day, it was flooded. A lot of stuff were damaged. The reason why, the U-Haul had a big massive hole on the roof, and they wouldn't pay for my stuff because I didn't have flood insurance. Even though it was their truck that was damaged, they wouldn't pay for it. And I think that's pretty messed up. But again, just pay extra. Again, make sure you have your insurance, flood stuff, and make sure you have everything ready. Because, again, your property get damaged. Let's say your basement is all messed up. Or let's say your car is flooded and you don't got insurance flood and stuff like that. Then bad news. Give me a second here, guys. Alright, guys. There's like 3 cats out there. I'm sorry if you hear the dog barking. There's like 3 cats out there. You have two black cats, and you have a Siamese cat. The Siamese is only about 5 months old, and he's a very nice one. I'm trying to get him, but he's too fast. So, I'm trying to catch that Siamese so I could take care of him. He's a small little kitten, and yeah. All right, so it says here, and I guess that's all of it. I'm gonna share this information in my description box, guys. Once again, New York governor declares state of emergency during ongoing coastal storm. Now, give me a second here, guys. Let me see if I could pull up the... want to see if I could pull up some of these information. It's called the Nor'easter. Forecast. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking for some of these updates here. And it seems like it's pretty cold up there up north. I mean, I don't know. It seems like I see a lot of people with jackets on, so... So there's a radar here. And give me a second here, guys.
Meanwhile, cities like Milford, Delaware, they're prepping folks ahead of the northeast leg of this storm.
Okay, so here we go. Let me play this video really quick. So this is very important here, guys. I want to play this video. Northeastern Life Map Tracker, radar storm alert, wind forecast, flood threat. So this is a very important news here.
Leg of this storm really set to peak later on this afternoon, heading into the evening. These like Milford, Delaware, they're prepping folks ahead of the northeast leg of this storm, really set to peak later on this afternoon, heading into the evening. The city giving away sandbags to residents ahead of potential flooding from this nor'easter, because while yes, we do have the threat for coastal inundation, we could also see very heavy rain at times, leading to a level 1 out of 4 flash flood threat for coastal communities today, and then slightly further inland going into tomorrow. So for a spot like Boston out towards Providence, Rhode Island, and even up through coastal spots in far south Maine. Now, the amount of rain we're expecting to see is actually going to be beneficial for the Northeast, because we have been in such a dry spell over the last few months. We had one bout of rain early on this week, and then this is round 2. Already we're starting to see that first push of intense moisture right along the Jersey Shore. It's hugging the coastline at this point, but we have yet to see that heavy rain really start to take hold along the I-95. But spots like DC eventually today can brace for a good 1 to 2 inch soaking of rain. The calling card of a nor'easter, the northeast winds, and so in addition to that fresh freshwater flooding and the heavy rain, we're also looking at the onshore winds and pushing in that water, and that can unfortunately make high tide even worse. Like Katie Byrne was saying, high tide for her right around 11, 12 o'clock into the afternoon, and typically it's 2 hours before high tide and 2 hours after where peak impacts are felt. Now here's why Boston is highlighted going into Monday. This is Sunday 6 p.m. Yes, we're still dealing with some light moderate rain for portions of New York City, Philly, Atlantic City out towards DC, but Boston and Providence have multiple rounds of heavy rain yet to go, and that will take you all the way through Monday afternoon, heading into Monday evening, a little more isolated with some of the training bands as that coastal low pulls to the east eventually. So if you look at the rain still to come, the worst of it is offshore, which is great. However, a couple of spots, again, just north of Atlantic City along the Jersey Shore, portions of the Cape, and just south of the Boston Metro, that's where 3 to 5 inches of rain is possible. Wind alerts are also in place. This is going to be the biggest impact, I would say, in addition to the coastal inundation. So we could be talking about wind gusts of up to 50, 60 miles per hour, but sustained winds you can expect at least 25 to as much as 40 miles per hour. We're getting close to tropical storm force with the sustained wind gusts, and so that just speaks to the severity of this event at times and how you want to stay just as prepared for this as you would if a tropical storm was knocking on your doorstep.
Okay, so tropical storm, but this thing is gonna be it's not gonna be pretty. All right, guys, I will keep it updated. I'm gonna share these links in my description box if you guys want to check it out. New York, New Jersey has declared emergency, and once again, we don't know what's going on with Governor Phil Murphy. I will keep you updated on that one there. But again, pray for millions out there. This thing's gonna hit the fan. Everybody's prepared. You have electricity company out there, employees. I mean, they are ready. They are ready for this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.